The late 1940s were a strange time for aviation, half piston, half jet, and all experimental. Engineers were throwing wild ideas into the sky, hoping something would stick. And out of that chaotic moment came three unforgettable machines. Douglas's XB-42 Mixmaster, its jet-powered sibling the XB-43 Jetmaster, and North American's bizarre 2-for-1 special, the P-82 Twin Mustang. I'm Bill, and this is Buffalo Air Park. Let's dive in. The XB-42 Mixmaster, the Blender Bomber. Douglas engineers wanted a bomber that could outrun anything with props, so they buried two Allison V1710 V12s inside the fuselage and drove a pair of contra-rotating propellers at the tail through 29 feet of extension shafts, clean wings, fast fuselage, and one very complicated drivetrain. It was so dangerous to bail out that Douglas wired explosive cord to blow the props clean off the airplane before the crew jumped. Imagine that, ejecting the blender blades behind your head before you dive out of this insane aircraft. Nope, not for me. Still, the XB-42 delivered. One prototype set a transcontinental record in 1945, Long Beach to Washington, D.C., averaging over 433 miles an hour. But on the ground, the Mixmaster had the grace of a shopping cart. The vertical fin scraped dangerously close to the runway, so Douglas put a shock absorber on it. Yes, the tail had a landing gear of its own. The XB-43 Jetmaster, the mixer goes turbo. When jets became the obvious future, Douglas ripped out the Allisons, stuffed in two GE J35 turbojets, and christened it the XB-43 Jetmaster, the first American jet bomber. The propellers vanished, the vertical fin disappeared, and the dorsal tail grew taller to handle the yaw. It flew fast, 515 miles an hour at sea level, but it arrived too late. By 1946, the Air Force wanted 4-engine jet bombers like the B-45 Tornado. The Jetmaster was relegated to test duty, including trials of the J-47 turbojet that later powered the F-86 Sabre. And, in a particularly glamorous move, its fragile plexiglass nose cone was replaced with plywood. Nothing says space age like plywood. The P-82 Twin Mustang, double trouble. If the Mixmaster was a blender, the Twin Mustang was two chainsaws bolted side by side. North American designed it as a very long-range escort for the B-29 Superfortress during the final stretch of World War II. Back then, the United States Army Air Forces still used the P for pursuit, so the Twin Mustang entered the books as the P-82. But with the creation of the U.S. Air Force in 1948, pursuit became fighter, and the P-82 officially became the F-82, reflecting its evolving role in a brand new Air Force. In 1947, Colonel Robert Thacker proved its endurance by flying Betty Jo from Hawaii to New York over 5,000 miles nonstop, while hauling 3 empty drop tanks he forgot or refused to jettison. The Twin Mustang also saw combat in Korea, claiming the first 3 U.S. aerial kills of the war, and patrolled the Arctic, where it doubled as an ice jam bomber for Alaskan rivers. Not everything was glamorous, though. Later production models with Allison engines were actually slower than the earlier Merlin-powered prototypes, and the Night Fighter version carried a radar pod so enormous that crews nicknamed it the Long Dawn. Aviation history can be cruel like that. So, 3 aircraft that straddled the line between piston power and jet age, one that shredded its props with dynamite, one that went jet just as jets passed it by, and one that doubled itself to chase endurance records. Today, the surviving XB-42, XB-43, and F-82 all belong to the National Museum of the United States Air Force in Dayton, Ohio. The Twin Mustang has been displayed, while the Mixmaster and Jetmaster wait their turn in restoration. Fittingly, these 3 transitional oddities are preserved under the same roof. And that wraps up another tale from aviation's stranger side. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies.